Hey, what's up everybody? This is Kyle with Policy Buff, and on today's episode of How I Got the Shot, we are going to be starting a series on food and beverage photography. Now today we're going to focus on ingredients, and to kick things off, we're going to start with some macro photography with this cool little setup here. So we only have two lights in this setup. Up here we're going to have a Celestial with a 35-inch octabox, just external diffusion, nothing fancy. Now over here we have taken a sheet of glass from one of our desks downstairs, and what I've done is I've propped that up on two stools, and I put a Celestial with our silver interior foldable beauty dish sitting up on a apple crate. And one of the nice things about like the Link and Celestial flash units is they're shaped in a way that you can actually set them on the back and let them light something from the ground. And over top I have a cheap curved reflector, I think from Newer, and that is going to provide some fill. And I'll be sitting in this chair and sort of creating kind of a light tint. We've got a slice of lemon, a slice of strawberry, and we're gonna cut off a slice of a tomato. And for those of you that don't think it's a fruit, I don't really care what you think. So on my camera, I have a Fuji X-H2 and I have a Laowa 65mm macro. And so you can see that what this setup does is it lights through the fruit, allowing you to see the texture, all of the grains and stuff like that. And using this lens, I can get as close or as far as I want. So I'm gonna stitch these three images together so that everything looks to be the same size, and I'll have a strawberry, a tomato, and a lemon. So for this lemon, it is a little bit more translucent than the strawberry, so I have adjusted my lights by about a full stop up here and a little over a half stop down below. And I have tightened up my aperture just a little bit. All right, looking good. We're just gonna make a couple of tweaks, a couple more shots for safety. All right, so for this next setup, we're gonna keep our 35-inch octabox where it is. I'm gonna move it off to the side just a little bit. It'll give me a little bit more room and it'll illuminate one side a little bit more evenly. Now we've turned off this Celestial down here, but we're gonna keep it there because that's gonna come up in our next setup. I have sandwiched a piece of black foam core over here to be our background. And this space that you're seeing here will also be important for our next setup. So right now, I've got a piece of black acrylic sitting on top of our glass. That'll give us a nice reflection for the tomato. Back here, we've got two Links with our small strip boxes, and each of those are gonna have a colored gel dome. We'll have green on one and orange on the other. And we're gonna photograph each piece on this. One is a macro photo and one from a wider angle. So next up, we're gonna shoot a pineapple, completely different size from our last two subjects. I've moved our key light to be more front and center, and I'm gonna shoot from underneath that. It's almost identical as the previous one. We're gonna take that light that we had underneath from before, and we're gonna prop it up. That way we have a little bit of fill coming over the top, and we also have a glow coming up on our backdrop. We're gonna hit this with a bunch of atmosphere aerosol, and we're gonna give this pineapple a little glory. All right, so now we've lit it like a professional athlete, and this pineapple is a first round draft pick for Diskin Cider. It's gonna be the Tiki Tonic. And next episode, we're gonna be using action mode for product photography, using this very cam.